I found a shortcut to create a killer online business that actually makes a lot of money, in many cases as much as $500 to $1,000 a day for my business. Because the truth is, all you need is one niche service to dramatically change your life and your business by leveraging the platform of Fiverr. And if you don't believe me, I pulled up my earnings for one of my businesses that I used to sell Fiverr on. Now understand, I figured out how to turn something I was already doing for free into a real business. And after this video, you'll be able to steal the entire framework that I've used to generate over $244,000. And this is also the exact same framework that I'm using myself and implementing with all my clients and customers. Now look, if you want to skip this video and have me walk you through every step one-on-one, give me a call. Seriously, my link's in the description. And actually, I'll just tell you the exact 3-pillar profit method framework and show you exactly how it translates into profitable gig services. As you can see over here, $244,000, guys, is no joke. And you don't need any previous freelancing experience. You don't need a fancy college degree. There's no startup capital to invest. You can get on Fiverr.com today. The gig economy is $585 billion this year. It's a lot of cash flowing around, and you can go get some of it. And you don't need any crazy talent. We've all got little things that we're good at, and you can turn those into profitable gig services. In this video, I'm going to talk about what Fiverr and the gig economy really are and why it's your biggest opportunity, the success mindset that separates profitable sellers from everyone else, how to set up your account and choose your first gigs, my proven 3-pillar system for consistent income, and advanced scaling strategies to hit 1K per week. Now, the opportunity. Okay, what Fiverr and the gig economy really are. A lot of people think that Fiverr, because of the word five, just means it's cheap little $5 gigs. Nothing could be further from the truth. When I started as well, I thought it was $5 gigs. And for the longest time, that's all I had was a $5 gig. It took me a long time to figure out, actually, you do need to charge a lot more if you want to, not only just to get paid more, but to get Fiverr's attention, because Fiverr gets paid when you get paid. They take 20% of everything that you make. So they have a vested interest in you doing really well. But right now, the gig economy for this year was $585 billion floating around there that you can grab. And Fiverr's just one way to do it. I signed up for a whole bunch of different platforms. Fiverr was just my most successful platform. So I highly encourage everybody, and it's free to get on there. And so by 2034, the gig economy is expected to climb to over $2 trillion. We're living in a global economy now where you don't have to do the traditional route of working for one company for 40 years. In fact, very few people do that now, right? So Fiverr is the ultimate equalizer. There's no degree required, there's no resume needed, and no job interviews. You can literally start today with zero upfront costs. There are gigs for skills you didn't even know people would pay for. 700 plus categories, you guys. Graphics and design, digital marketing, writing and translation, programming and tech, video and animation, music and audio, business, lifestyle. And here's my gig right here. I'm a vetted pro or voiceover. I also do spokesperson work, but this is not up to, but including resume writing, website testing, social media management, data entry, virtual assistant. There's so many opportunities, you guys. If you have any little quirky talent, you will be surprised how much money you can make on the site of Fiverr with it. So we got the winner versus the loser mindset, okay? You don't want to be this guy, lazy, sleeping on your desk. You want to be out there meeting people, connecting, and you can connect to an entire world of people through Fiverr. Consistency. This is how you're going to be successful. You show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and you treat Fiverr like a business, not a hobby. There's too many people on there who are imposters. They're just on there. They're trying to make a quick buck. If you treat this thing like a business, it will pay you dividends for years and years to come. Communication. You respond quickly. You set clear expectations and always over-deliver on what you promise. And curiosity, you're constantly learning, testing, and adapting. Study what works and improve your approach. So the foundation setup, your profile setup, professional headshot, not a selfie, obviously. People need to trust you. This isn't Instagram. In fact, I would suggest making a video thumbnail so that when people hover over you, you start animating and people are more likely to click on you. Clear, benefit-focused bio, obviously, that explains what you do and who you help. And like I said, in the beginning, you do have that kind of imposter syndrome where you think, who am I? What have I done? At the time, I had nothing. So you basically have to make it up and you fake it until you make it. You know, I knew that I had talent, but I didn't have any examples of that talent. So you have to create your own examples. Skills section completely filled out. I didn't do that for the longest time because there were certain sections of Fiverr that I was like, I don't know what to put there. I realized later on, it's just like, you're not going to move up in their ranks unless you fill out everything completely. And then obviously certifications if you have them. So choosing your first gigs, ask yourself, what do people already ask me for help with? What parts of my job could I do for other businesses? And what do I do in my free time that others find valuable? Only you know the answers to these things. And like I said, if you need any help, comment me in the description there, and I'll get back to you. The first 30 days game plan, week 1. Publish your first gig with proper SEO. Proper SEO, finding those right keywords, those right tag words. You're going to have to mess around with this. There's a lot of websites that you can go to for advice on what kind of SEO you need. Week 2, analyze performance and optimize. Week 3, add your second gig in a related category. For me, I started with voiceover, and then I added spokesperson work, and I also, I'm a videographer and I do editing, so I added that as well. Week 4, promote lightly and gather your first reviews. So that part is huge, getting your first reviews. That's another reason why you should have a cheaper gig, a $5 gig, especially in the beginning, because the name of the game is just getting reviews. You're not really worried about making money right from the start. Of course, you're going to make money, and of course, that's exciting and fun. And when you do get that first $5 gig, it feels like $1 million in some respects, because especially for me, if you work like your normal 9 to 5, you're thinking, I'm capped off at this. This is all that I make an hour. This is all that I make a week. So it's really fun when that extra money comes in, even if it's just $5, it's a couple gallons of gas or whatever it is. It's that extra cup of coffee during the week, whatever. Once you start making that little bit of extra money, something's going to click, and then you're just like, wow, this is exciting. And then it starts paying for your rent, or it starts even replacing your 9 to 5. That's where it can get super exciting. Okay, keywords in your gig titles. What would buyers search for? It's kind of obvious, but again, if you need help, go on YouTube, look up videos on SEO. Detailed descriptions that explain the benefits, not just features. Tags that match buyer search terms. Thumbnails that stand out in search results. So like I said, the thumbnail, you can see it's not going to play right here, but you can see it has a little play button. And I think it did a pretty good job on it, actually. This is so funny because this is just a tiny little space between my bathroom. I was in a studio apartment, a $445 a month studio apartment. That's just the space between the bathroom and the studio, the bedroom area. So it's about a 2-foot space. It was a little closet space. I got some Auralex. I did get a nice microphone. I didn't start with a super nice microphone, but as soon as I made enough money, that's the other thing, investing back into yourself and back into your business. I wanted to look as professional as possible right away. So it looks like I've got this nice studio. I got this awesome microphone and whatnot. And so it sells me. Not just, my talent as a voiceover artist, but like having the right look. And so you're going to have to fake it till you make it. But anyway, the profit system, the 3-pillar profit method. All right. Pillar 1, visibility. We've talked about this a little bit. SEO, thumbnails, impressions. Okay. Pillar 2, gig structure, pricing packages, descriptions. And pillar 3, follow up, upsells, and delivering. Don't get overwhelmed. Everything is a lot simpler even than I'm making it right here. This is just to give you some kind of idea, some kind of structure to be able to use to be able to take the next steps, because I think a lot of times we get in our own way. We just look at a problem or look at a job or something, it just looks too big. You don't even know where to start, and you're trying to do everything the right way or the perfect way, and you can't do that. You just have to dive in. In fact, I just want to highly encourage you right now, just go to Fiverr.com today and just set up your profile. You don't even have to have your talent yet. You don't have to offer anything on there. Just set up the profile today. It's absolutely free. Like I said, I took about 8 months before I really got going. I'm a perfectionist, and I just wanted everything to be like really good before I began. And so I'm just highly encouraging you, just go and just start today by just like adding your profile on there. Again, you don't have to have your picture on there or anything today. Just have it done so that when you are ready, you've got it all set up. It just kind of gets the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling today. Don't wait. So visibility, okay, this is just showing you like a bad example versus a good example. So this one's at $5. I will record anything for your project. It's not very explanatory. Is that a word? Versus, I will speak with a deep, epic voice for $100. Guess what? This one ends up making you a lot more money because people believe you when you believe in yourself. I just came up with that real quick. Okay, so this is like your pricing packages. This is just like an example here. Your basic package to start with $100, and of course you're just offering a few of the extras. Then your standard, this is what most people will go with, $225. You add a few more of these extras, and the big premium for the big corporations or the big money bag people. It's just like, oh, you just want everything. Just keep it simple. There's just a lot of people, they have a huge budget for a project, and so you are just a tiny little piece, a tiny little cog in the wheel of their project, and they just come and just throw $450 your way. And you're basically, most cases, you're doing the same type of work that you would for the $100. You're just getting paid 4 times as much. It's pretty sweet. Retention, repeat buyers. Okay, this is one of my repeat buyers. You can see, let's zoom in here. So just over and over and over throughout the years, they just come back. That's why you never treat any customer like, oh, this is just for $5, or, oh, they're just in Africa. Like, who cares? Some church in Africa. Well, guess what? That church in Africa has paid me hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars over the years they have a television station, Faith Africa. And so if you can find my voice on there. My voice is just like, this week on Faith Africa. All right, my entry checklist. Okay, so the title includes primary keyword. You can cap one of the words, and you only would want to do that anyway because, you know, it almost like turns off your attention if you've got too many caps. So you want to capitalize one of your words. Thumbnail tests, well, you can A/B test these. Description focuses on buyer benefits. Packages are priced for profit. Duh. But like I said, in the beginning, like, I wasn't going for profit. I was going for work. You just want to get work and reviews. You just know that if you do a great job, if you put in the hard work in the beginning, eventually it's going to pay off. And so just work those first jobs like they are paying you thousands of dollars. And eventually you will get paid thousands of dollars. The FAQ section answers common objections. That was a big one. Like, I didn't do that for the longest time. And so here's the cheat. Go to top sellers profiles, whatever niche you're in. Find somebody who's doing what you're doing or you want to be doing, and they're top rated, and then basically go into their profile and just copy their about me, copy their offerings, copy their extras, put that in your profile, and then of course make it your own. Change, details about yourself, even change maybe the prices or your offerings, but at least you've got the structure. And if they're a top seller and they're making a lot of money, then they must be doing something right. So again, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just take what somebody else is doing and roll with it. Rock it. All right, the exit strategy, knowing when and how to deliver. Always deliver early when possible. Just, it makes common sense. I mean, obviously, if somebody paid for an early delivery, you definitely want to do it. But even if they don't pay for it, try to do it right away. If you can get something done, if somebody orders from you, think of this. Like if you ordered something on Amazon and they could get it to you within an hour, even though, you only paid for like 2-day delivery, but you get it in an hour. What do you think that does to your mind? When you think about Amazon, you go, wow, they really, they took care of me in a way that is exciting because like now I want to work with this person over and over again. So if you can do that for your clients and customers, they will come back over and over again because they'll know, ooh, this person and then they'll start paying you for that delivery, that faster delivery too, eventually. But so deliver early when possible. That's also going to help your algorithm as well because Fiverr is seeing like you're on it. Include a brief summary of what you did. Basically just tell them here's what I did. I mean, it's kind of basic. Offer next steps or additional services. Yeah, that's another one. You can kind of upgrade there. So it depends on what you're selling. But, in my case, if you're doing voiceover stuff, you can add on like commercial rights or broadcast rights and ask them just like, hey, if this is going to be broadcast somewhere, for $50, you can buy the broadcast rights, or you can make it $100 or $1,000. You can make it whatever. Some people make it like $500. I've seen it, and I could do that myself, but there's part of me that just kind of goes like, that's an awful lot. Guess what? People will pay it. So you got to add extras, offer extras on there, and offer them to people. They might refuse you, but they might go, yeah, sure. And in a way, it's almost kind of like tipping you. And they can tip you as well. I wouldn't ask for tips, but like it's available on there. So they'll be asked by Fiverr when they close the order, would you like to tip this vendor as well? Ask for feedback before they leave a review. Yes. So you want to make sure, obviously, that you did a great job and that they're happy with the work that you did. But you definitely want this review. This is the name of the game. This is how you're going to get to that top seller position and on the front page of Fiverr. And obviously, if you're on the front page, people are going to see you and they're going to order from you more, and you get more orders, and then you can raise your prices because you got so many orders. All right, advanced scaling strategies. Scale to $1,000 a week. System 1, strategic price increases. So again, I would start with a $5 gig, but you could also have a second gig for $100 or $150. So have 2 gigs, and you can increase the price as you become more and more busy. And you'll want to, because you want your median price. Again, this took me a long time to figure out, but you want your median price to be higher so that Fiverr can advance you to that top seller range. If you've still got a $5 gig, a year or two into it, they're never going to put you at the top seller, because once in a while you're still going to get those $5 gigs, and that's going to bring your median price down. So it kind of ruins the whole algo for you. So you have to raise it up. My base price now is $25, even for just 75 words. $25. So again, I wouldn't start there, because the name of the game at the beginning is just getting work. You just want to get as many jobs as possible, not just to make money, but to get the ball rolling, get the momentum rolling. System 2, gig expansion strategy. System 3, external traffic. YouTube, like this channel. LinkedIn posts, simple email follow-ups, client referrals. So there's so many different ways that you can, I just started using TikTok and Instagram as well to funnel people toward your business, funnel them toward this YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel funnels them to Fiverr. The calendar opportunities, January, new year, new business goals. Q2, the business planning season. Q4, holiday rush and year-end projects. Tax season, accounting and business services. There's so many different opportunities. Market adaptation. Following Fiverr's trending categories. So here, if I pop over to Fiverr, let's take a look at their trending categories here. Right here, you can see book design, create your website, build your brand, grow your audience, find a job, AI services. Obviously, there's a lot. If you know anything about AI, I'm just starting to learn myself too. ChatGPT and Claude and all these kind of things. But if you know anything about AI, there is a world where you can make so much money because a lot of people won't investigate. They won't try to figure it out. But if you take some time right now, figure it out, and come on here and sell your services, you'll be way ahead of the game. So this is the trending category. And then, of course, there's many other categories to choose from when it comes to looking at different services that you can offer. The bigger picture, your own agency, like this YouTube channel. Like, this isn't an agency, but this is another branch of my business, another branch of my brand. Digital products and courses. That's kind of what this is. A full-time consulting business. That's kind of what this is. And multiple income streams. Again, you don't have to stay on Fiverr. I'm not just on Fiverr. I'm on Upwork as well. I find personally Upwork to be difficult to work on. So I know, I'm sure there's some Upwork people out there. I just like user-friendly. I like easy. I'm an Apple person. I'm a Mac person. Can I say that? If you're on a PC, I used a PC a long time ago, and to me, it just was never as user-friendly. I'm a Mac guy. Whatever, there I am in Vegas. Okay. And cash in on the Fiverr life. You could say the gig life, the Fiverr life. I just liked Fiverr because, like I said, user-friendly, able to make a lot of money on there. Vacations and trips, and this is Turks and Caicos and Maui, and of course Miami. And it's just like, guys, the biggest selling point of getting on Fiverr and doing this whole thing is so that you can, if you want, you can replace your 9-to-5, or you can have that extra income for the vacations, for just paying off your bills so that you can keep more of your income. But it's also so that you don't have to be tied to a job all the time. You don't have to be tied to a desk. You can get out and see the world and enjoy yourself. I was able to take my business on the road and travel from California all the way to Maine, and just working out of hotels basically, because I do voiceovers. So as long as I got like a microphone in a quiet room, I can work. And so again, you don't have to be doing voiceover. There's a myriad of things that you can be doing as a digital service just using your laptop. And so this is just a great way to escape the 9-to-5, or keep the 9-to-5 and just double up your income, or triple up your income, or quadruple up your income. Because that's what I did. Once I started making like 4 times as much money doing this, I was just like, I'm going to leave the job and travel the world and stuff. So anyway, you guys have all the tools you need to get started today. Highly encourage you, highly go on Fiverr.com today. Sign up for a profile just to get your foot in the door today. And if you need help, seriously, if you need help figuring out what your niche service is, or getting through all the hurdles that you've set up in your mind, or that you actually see when you get onto Fiverr.com. If you need some help, contact me. I left my Calendly link in the description, and I will help guide you through this and help make you a profitable seller on Fiverr. So again, thanks for your time. I've just kind of riffed this one, and I hope I brought some value to your life today. And if you haven't, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please reach out if you need any help. All right, take it easy.